Is it recording?
It's recording.
So I'm going to make another tutorial of Spore. Well, specifically Spore Galactic Adventures. Because last time, I actually didn't know something about Spore Galactic Adventures. And it's hard to make a Spore Galactic Adventures tutorial when you don't know something about Spore Galactic Adventures. So now I know that thing about Spore Galactic Adventures, and I'm going to make another tutorial. So here is the planet choosing menu. So actually, I think I should probably there. Actually, like in order for you to have this even menu pop up, you need to have Spore Galactic Adventures. There's two games. One is Spore, and the other is Spore Galactic Adventures. Spore Galactic Adventures has this tab. Spore, just like regular Spore, does not. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, if you want Galactic Adventures, download Spore Galactic Adventures. Because if you download normal Spore, you won't be able to have it. So, if you want to just play an adventure, you can do quick play. If you want to edit one of your existing adventures, in which case you don't need this tutorial really, you can just click Edit Adventure. But if you want to make an adventure, which you might need this tutorial for, you can click this button, and it will bring you into a list of adventures. So, I guess planets for your adventures. So you can choose one of these. And after you choose it, it will load you into the planet. So here it is. Now we have an entire planet. However, it has nothing in it. And this is because you need to add everything into the planet. So basically, first we need our captain. So up here is test mode where you can play, but you can't play right now because the adventure has no captain. So a captain is basically the player of this world. They're just like the one who plays through the adventure. So if we put down our captain, which we can select here in the Sportpedia, or we can randomize here, we now have a captain who can walk around just like in creature stage. So, over here is the creatures tab, which we can use to grab a creature. And, we can grab any creature here. However, we can also go into create our own creature. And then we can create our own creature that we want to put in here. So basically, I'm going to put in this purple ball. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. There. Slug. A purple slug ball thing. And I'm going to give it a mouth, because it needs a mouth. All creations in Spore need a mouth, or else they won't be able to really do much. I mean, you won't be able to even make the creature if it doesn't have a mouth. We grab this, we turn it around, and then we can put this on. And then we can shrink down everything. Oh wait, no. Add this. Okay. I'm trying to smooth out the creature so that it doesn't look like lumps. Okay. Now this is the creature. Wait, no. These eyes. Wait, no. This. Technically, in the real world, this would mean it's prey. Or maybe I'm mixing it up wrong. Because I think the real world prey has eyes on both sides. So I guess it's not prey, so I'm going to put it here. If you didn't understand what I just said, it's not important in this game. So I'm just gonna grab a random hand and then a random foot and then a random pattern and then you can go into Outfitter, and this is where you can outfit your creature with all sorts of cool parts and stuff. So like, you don't really need a tutorial to figure out what this stuff does. The game tells you like on its own. So if you grab a lightning striker, you can see here, it will tell you what this does in here. However, there is one thing that you should probably know is that if you increase the level of one of these, like you use this orange nub here to increase the level. And you can just increase the level for free. You don't have to pay anything else. And this will increase its level. However, you can also, there's also a side effect, like if you make it max leveled, it will cost way more energy, but also will do way more damage. If it's level 1, it won't cost as much energy, but it will also do less damage. So now we have an animal, another species on this planet other than us, which we can interact with. And you can also drag another one out of this like tutorial menu here. This is the menu of your creature, and you can drag this thing out of here. And then also, if you hold shift and then scroll with your mouse wheel, you can make it bigger or smaller depending on which way you scroll. And if you make it big enough, you can turn it into an epic. So here are all the things that you can do with this. So if you change its name, this will not change its name. This will not change the creature's name. This will instead change the creature's name specifically in this adventure. So you're not going to change the entire name of the creature. So I'm going to name this tutorial dot, which will not change its name in the Sportpedia. However, it will change its name here in this specific adventure. Now we have its behavior. So if we make it peaceful, it won't attack us. Oh, it's over there. If we make it peaceful, it won't attack us. It's usually unusual for an epic to be peaceful. He's supposed to be running right now. He's not really doing that. He's just kind of walking away. Oh, he's walking up a hill. I can't walk up the hill. Then we have neutral. If you hit him, he will hit you. And then we have mindless. He doesn't really do anything. He doesn't flee, but also he doesn't attack back. We have territorial. He will give you a warning when you're in his territory. So when you're in his awareness, He'll give you a warning by growling at you. If you leave his territory, he'll walk around. But if you enter back into his territory, he'll get mad at you again. And if you wait long enough, I think he'll attack you. And then you can make them aggressive, which will make it so that they just attack you, just without any warning. So we're gonna make them neutral. Then we have its awareness. So its awareness is how far it can see. So like, if we were to make it aggressive and we turned up its awareness all the way, they could be able to see us like from anywhere basically. So this yellow circle is how far that they can see. So if we put it down, we can just like have any awareness basically. So then speed is of course how fast it is. So then we have damage bonus, which is how much damage it does. So I think if it was 900 damage bonus, it would just die. Or I would just die. And then its health, which is of course its health. And if you actually set it to 0, it will just die immediately. And if you set it to infinite, it will not be able to die. And then speech/captions, which makes it be able to talk. And also, if you click on it, it will talk as well. So then also, it will just, it's supposed to say random things at random times. I guess not random. It only has one option of what to say technically. It is not saying it. So, then there's the disappearington, the show/hide cast member. And if you click it, they won't be here. And if you unclick it, they will be here. So then, which is what team it's on. So like this is if it was on allied team, it wouldn't hurt other creatures on allied team or you. If it was on enemy team, it would attack you, and it would also attack allied team and no one on the enemy team. And same thing for enemy team 2. They wouldn't attack anyone on enemy team 2, but would attack on allied team. And then the same thing for enemy team 3. So pick up means it will pick up nothing, and then any means it will pick up anything, and target means it only picks up specific items. So give means it's just the same thing. It only give to specific creatures, give to any creature, or give to no creatures. And then this is its movement. If it's stationary, it's of course stationary. It doesn't do anything. And then if it wanders, it did what it did before. So if it patrols, it patrols a certain area. Like this. He moves back and forth. Well, this one specifically moves back and forth. Or not. There. This one moves back and forth. So does the epic. So if you do move to, it will just move to a specific location and then stop. Then we have follow. It will follow someone. I think also sometimes if it can't see you, it will still follow you. But sometimes, I don't really know, Sometimes it will follow you. Sometimes it's a bit buggy, actually. Sometimes it won't even work. But wander always works. So this little arrow here controls the wander radius. So if we make it super small, it will barely wander anywhere. You can see here. But if you make it really big, it can wander pretty much everywhere. Like, look at this one. He's going all the way over there. And, that's, it also respawn. So if it gets killed, it will respawn again. And it's a set number of time here. So of course you can also add different types of creatures, like the grundlefly here, who is territorial. You can add any creature that's in the Sporepedia, basically. Unless it doesn't have a mouth, in which case that doesn't really work. And also if you don't have the spore parts installed. So basically these grundleflies are territorial. Are territorial. They don't like me existing. So we just put the grundleflies away and we make them patrol. We can make them patrol an area around this guy. Just makes this one guy patrol in an area around him. And if we set him to neutral, he will just patrol around this guy. Unless he walks into him, because he can still walk around. You can add any amount of creatures you want, really. But there's also a complexity meter as well. So you can't add, I guess you can't really add as many creatures as you want then. So if we wanted to make some stationary chirmpies, we could do that. So then vehicles, we can add some vehicles. And these vehicles can also still scale up. So like if we wanted this thing, this thing can drive on the roads. I haven't explained how to make roads yet, but I will. And I think these things can also go on the water, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe they'll just go around it. So I think they can go down like a specific depth of water. There. Or not. Or they could just go in the water. Well, it's kind of buggy when you want it to make it go in the water, but it will still complete its goal. It'll still go places. And we can't... Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, we have to go back to creatures here. If you click shift while you're hovering above like one of these behavior cards here, you need to hold shift and then click on this. Or no. Yeah, no, control. Hold control. You will have advanced behaviors, which you can pick from, like shoot. And then you can pick the target, like Trimpy. And then you can pick up, like, it's holding whatever. Or maybe it'll shoot this guy always. Or maybe it'll just drop. No. It'll emote. Sickened. It'll emote sickened. Player. First sight of player. Of course. Because whenever yeah, they're just on first sight of player, they will throw up, basically. Can epics throw up? Yep. They can. They can. Okay. I can add another vehicle. I can add as many vehicles as I want. I can add this like roadster which can climb, well, it's called a roadster, but I'm actually gonna make it climb mountains. Because you can do that in this game. You can make roadsters climb mountains. It's actually able to climb a mountain. Oh, never mind. Wait, where's the roadster? I don't know where the roadster is. Then we can add some buildings. Like we can add any of these things, like the yeah as well. We just grab this, we can put it anywhere basically. And then water. Be able to talk. Throw up. I don't know what's going on. You're mad. Why are you mad? What's happening? You're not attacking me though. It will talk as well. Okay. Now you have these big buildings, which can also be on enemy teams as well. And they just have a health meter, they have a hide meter, they also have a speech meter. So like, I think this means people will attack them, or at least allied teams will. And then, we have fixed objects, which are just kind of like, they're just there. Fish huts are just, like, any objects are just there unless it's a handheld object. In that case, you can put it down. You can pick it up. And in some cases, you can throw it at other things. Or, okay. Mine. Which I am missing a lot. And they also do damage as well. Okay, stop emoting sickened. You have to stop emoting sickened. Greet. Yeah, emote greet. Or not. Looks like a Dilophosaurus. That was my Dilophosaurus impression. And we have gameplay objects, which are just like kind of power-ups and mines and stuff that affect the gameplay. So these are all of them. So keys open their respective gates as well, and power-ups just do what they say. They power up things. And these bomb long things affect how much time, like how long the bomb will go off for. Of course, these explosive barrels are explosive barrels, and they will explode. So if you just put, like, if you hit them, they will explode in a giant explosion of explosiveness. Of course, we can also just put a gate if we don't want people to go here. Or we can just make a key section. we cannot get through the gate. Also, if you want, you can just disguise this as something. So like disguised. You can disguise it as any vehicle or building you want. So that is a red gate. So if it's normal, it's just like that. And audio is like things that you can put, and it will make some sound in the radius that you put it in. However, I have gameplay audio off, so you can't hear it. You can experiment with that on your own Galactic Adventures worlds. So right now it's going to play Bard Song everywhere. Also, we have effects like Dust Devils. These effects don't do anything, they're just for looks. Like stained glass. Like the stained glass doesn't do anything. The stained glass is just kind of there. But it is still there. And you can walk through it. It doesn't really do anything. Next, the crucial part basically is the acts. So like these acts are where you can have different types of missions in them. Like drag gold to cast. Remember, if you drag this little blue thing, you can click on anything basically, like one of these explosive barrels, and then you have all these options. So the only option right now is you can move to the explosive barrel. But if you did it on like a creature, you can do any of these options. So like befriend means you ally it, but you don't add it to your crew slot. And speaking of crew slots, you can add these. And if you leave them blank, you can add whatever crew you want, like in any Empire missions. Like if an Empire gives you a mission and you fly to this planet, you can add any of your allied crew any of your allied crew in these slots. However, if you just click on them yourselves, you can add whatever kind of creatures you want to add. And you can be run over by the cars, and they're not really good at evading cars. So basically, like, they'll just... I won. I moved to the barrel. I just won immediately because I moved to the barrel already. Okay. You can also set up a talking system where you can talk. Like if you drag a goal over here, you can talk to this guy. Hi. Where's the... There. Hi. Hi. His? Wait. Also, you can attack a creature as well. So, like, for example, if we added, like, if he made, like, a little test dummy thingy. Human. And we turned it into, like, a... No, don't save. And we turned it into a test dummy thingy. Or just like a brown lizard. For some reason, this creature already has a tail. So I can just re-evolve it into a lizard then. Then I can give it a missile or something, I don't know. If we added a huge, giant lizard thingy that attacked everyone, we could make a goal to kill it. And if we make a goal to kill a creature, we will have to kill a creature. So, stop it. So, the lizard is aggressive, meaning that he will attack. And also, if your crew members die or get hurt, I don't think you will, you won't receive a relationship penalty for the empire that you got them from. It will stay the same. So also this lizard has too low of an awareness. Needs to have a ginormous awareness. So now there's a giant lizard terrorizing the city, oh no. And he just, hey, you exploded my car! You were actually not supposed to do that. Stop. Now you have 2,000 health. You can't die anymore. Now I need to hunt the lizards with all the dust devils everywhere. And then I won again. So, an act consists of 3 goals, and you can also name it. So, Act 1. Also, they don't technically need a name. Caps lock off. And then there is defend as well. You can defend a creature from another creature. So we can grab this bear. We can take the bear. We can place it over. Oh, we can place the bear over here. Grab a random creature, like the ST over here. And the ST will begin chasing the bear. Now this apply changes to all acts. If you turn this off, this will mean that in a specific act, it does something different. So like, if you want it to hide in this act, but not in this act, you can do that. And then also, if you want it to be peaceful in this act, but aggressive in this act, you can do that as well. So like, he's gonna show here. However, the Zenda bear is also gonna hide on Act 1. And then you can also defend. You can defend him from the evil ST of the evil world or something. So like,